welcome to the WPQC series of webinars. My name is Neeta Chaitanya, and I will be your host for today. Thanks for joining us for the People You Can't Stand webinar. A special thank you to our regular participants and those that were with us last week. The subject for today's session has created ripples out there ever since we set it up. And I'm sure, like me, your interest is piqued, and you're looking forward to Frank's unique take on this unconventional subject. To commence, I do ask that you please type your questions in that window throughout the presentation. Our speaker will be able to answer your questions at the end of the session. Those of you who would like to engage with the speaker during the course of the session are requested to please dial in using the conference call number participant code. The session will be facilitated by Project Management Evangelist and CEO of PQC International, Frank Payne. Over 20 years of field-tested experience from corporations and has served as a U.S. Army combat commander. He also has $6.4 million worth of hands-on experience, hundreds of projects, ranging from engineering to information technology across the globe. I would like to thank you once again for attending this webinar, and without further ado, would like to turn to our speaker for the day, Frank Payne.
Thank you very much. I see that we have people lined up on this webinar from all over the world, and I'm trying to make this a dialogue today because the has always drawn a lot of interest. And we'll spend some time talking today on this webinar, people you can't stand. And the subline is effective methods for turning difficult personalities into allies. You all have people that we can't stand. And some may be down the hall from you in your workplace. If you're a family member you can't stand. But what we talk about today is how can you turn around and have them be an asset to in your life, in your business, in your family. We talk about this because it's just like the slide that you see, you're trying to kill each other. But at the end of this, I want you to walk away with is how you deal with difficult people, that be clients, associates, friends, family. How you deal with that? So let's walk through that and move through it. So let's walk through this real quick. Now, I'm sure that you guys are with me out there now because I can't see you. So, in go through this, I'm going to call on you every once in a while. So, some of you write notes already, so I'm going to call on you, so just be prepared. So, by the end of this, here's what I want you to get from this. I think to look at the force that compels people to do difficult in the workplace. Because some people have bad days. You know, you heard the old saying that some people get up on the wrong side of the bed. We talk about that. We want you to walk with the central communication skill. How do you deal with people when you got conflict? What's between conflict and confrontation? Because one of them is good and one of them is bad. Then I want to give you some strategies for dealing with people, and we're going to talk about the 10 most difficult behaviors that you can't stand. And this is where I really want to spend my time is talk about the 10 most difficult behaviors that we'll talk about. It's not the best people at their worst. How do you have people that just get on your everlasting nerve? How do you work with them and still turn them around where you can be working in a collaborative environment? So we're going to talk about this just a little bit. Now, when I call on you, I want you to come off of mute so you can talk to me. Now, before I get too far down the road here, I want to talk to Denver, Colorado right now. And I want Dean McCoy to come off for speaker. Come on. McCoy, here.
Yes, I can.
How's Denver, man? Is it snowing out there?
Oh, it is 70-some degrees.
That's good. Now, James, have you ever ran across anybody in your professional career, all right, that just got on your everlasting nerve in the workplace?
Sure, I have.
And James, tell the audience, how did you deal with something like that?
One particular is when we're overseas, and actually you're familiar with this project. project when we were in England, there were folks that had biases against Americans that that made things very difficult in the project. And one way that I learned to overcome that was to care about their needs and take additional time up front to understand their needs and learn how to connect or communicate with them.
Well, that's good, because we see what James is talking about here. Sometimes when we view people that we're getting on our nerve, see, sometimes it's not the other person. And we'll talk about that. Have we looked into the mirror and say, is it me that's causing the problem? So let's walk through this, and thank you, James. And I'm going to call on others as we walk through this today. So as we begin to move through here and talk about people that get on our everlasting nerves, I want this clear. You understand something? I see when I do this webinar, the webinar is God. So you cannot change somebody. You cannot change difficult people. So try to change somebody that you view as being difficult, you're wasting your time, and what you're going to do is create more frustration in the process. Don't try to change difficult people. What I want you to focus on is not focus on the person, focus on the person's behavior. One more time for you. I'm going to write this down. So the behavior of the person, focus on the person. You cannot change the person, but you can influence the person's behavior. So make sure we understand that. So as we move through this whole process, keep in mind as we talk about this, you cannot change a person, you can change their behavior. Now, what drives this, though? Mindset drives who we are. Our mind says who we are. And I want to just hit this real quick because there are folks around that really don't understand when we talk about the three components of the human mind. There are three components to that. There's a conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and there's a conscious mind. Now, Frank, what are you talking about this when you talk about difficult people? Because we could be one of those difficult people. Well, the conscious mind, we're talking about when you're wide awake and you're making decisions and doing things that you know about, and you're very conscious of what you're talking about and what you're doing. Now, that can influence behavior also. The other part is the subconscious mind. Because, see, some of us grew up in certain environments and believed certain things that our belief was so, and some of those things are now buried into us. Then got the conscious mind. The conscious mind is like a computer, like a storage where you have old habits from the past. Somebody may have a habit that say, I don't like broccoli, or I don't like certain things in my life. Well, see, those things are buried inside you, and they influence who you are. When you start thinking about this, you got to think about the three components of the human mind. Now, let me how this works together in just a minute here. Stay with me. Your belief wonder is going to drive what you do. What belief wonder? I'm working. What's on your belief wonder? Think about it. What's your belief wonder? I'm going to say it again. What's on your belief wonder? See, when you're in the workplace, with a supervisor, a male supervisor, but on your belief wonder, you believe that women cannot work well in the workforce. That's on your belief wonder. That's going to make you a very difficult person to work with. If you're on your belief wonder that certain events must be done a certain way, and you hardcore, your belief wonder influence how you work with other people. You got to be able to understand what's on your belief wonder, because your belief wonder is going to influence how you work with other people. Roll. Now, get into this. Is what the heart of the webinar is. We have 10 specific patterns of people and resort when they feel threatened. Now, I'm going to say it again. We go through 10 specific behavior patterns. I need you to write these down, because at the end of this, I got a quiz for you. And I'm going to give my name because I can see you on my screen. Here we go. First one. Okay? There are 2 of them. And I'm going to reach one of them quickly on this webinar. All right? You see the screen. I'm not going to talk about them right here. Just take a look at it. All right? Now, let's do the first one. Dealing with difficult people, you always have a choice. I'm going to find that word, choice. When you're with difficult people, you always have a choice. You have the choice to be nice, pleasant, Frank. The person's getting on my nerves. They're screaming at me. They're cursing at me. They're doing all. You still need to be nice. Nothing the other person is doing or saying, you still need to keep your voice down, be nice, and love on them. Because you can stay and you can put your feet and wait. Change your attitude about difficult people. You can change your behavior. Let's take a quick look at those real quick. You can stay and do nothing. See, if you do that, you're suffering through it and complaining with someone who you can help. You get into an argument. It's dangerous because frustration with difficult people can build up, and you can start a fight at work. Everyone get fired. Okay, and probably go to jail. Other people tend to lower morale, and he got on my nerves. You're at the lunch hall talking about people. Do postpone effective action. This is not a good strategy. Look at the next strategy. Your feet. Our best option is to walk away. Our best option is to walk away when you are angry, when someone got you upset, or when they're upset. You need to walk away. And at a later time, and deal with different. See, when no longer makes sense to continue dealing with this person, it's no longer good to continue to argue at home or at the workplace or with family members or with friends or colleagues. Not good. See, if everything you say makes it work, shut up. When you find yourself losing control, remember describe the better part of valor. Because if you don't, you're going to do something that you're going to regret. Because once you take a negative action, you cannot take it back. Be words or deed, you cannot take it back. You can change your attitude. Now, I also heard that your attitude determines your altitude. Attitude determines your altitude. See things differently. I talked about a few minutes ago when he was in London on a project, and when people had a different view about America, see, James could have took a negative attitude and said, "Who do you think you're talking to?" Okay? But see, James didn't do that. James took the approach to say, "I need to understand the folks from London, they don't understand us." It took time to build a relationship. See, to listen to them, feel around them, walk in their shoes, understand what they're going through. Because, see, your attitude is going to determine your altitude in that engagement, in that relationship. The next, you can change your behavior. I know everybody's on mute, but I want everybody to say behavior. I want to hear you. Everybody say behavior. I hear somebody. I'm you. Behavior. The reason why I'm saying that, because your behavior is determined whether it's successful or not. Your behavior is, you must change the way you deal with difficult people. See, if there's somebody being difficult with you, and you get all ticked off and upset, start cursing, and fuming at the mouth and all that, you're helping the situation. Yours. Learn to bring out the best in others. Because action is going to determine how they're going to react. Okay? Understand what brings out the worst in people. And what brings out the worst is when you act like them. If you're yelling, if you they gonna make it worse. That does not help us in the workforce. It does not help you at home. It doesn't help you in any kind of relationship. See, difficult people can be a good thing because you can help turn it around. You can change them, but you can help them modify their behavior. So, let's talk about the 10 that I want to give you today. Now, I want you to write these down. We're going to talk about how to bring the best out of people. Okay? First one. The type of behavior is called the tank. Now, it's interesting. A tank type person is a person that's confrontational. They're angry, they're pushy, aggressive. Now, I know there's nobody on this call like that. I know nobody on this call like that. Because see, a tank is a person that says, you know what, I see what that ends is fine to me. So whatever they do, no matter how bad they sound, no matter how nasty they are, they believe that it's all part of getting the job done. Okay? But a tank expects no mercy from you. I don't care who they are. They have no mercy. This is a piece of a tank. Whenever you being verbally assaulted, attacked, accused, your goal must be to command respect from it. Now listen to me carefully. When a tank is attacking you, what you don't want to do is raise your voice to their level. You want to always bring your voice down, at least half of where they are. But you need to talk to them, their voice come down, so you can gain control of what I would say. Because see, tanks simply don't attack people in respect. Listen now. Attack people who they respect. So being attacked by a tank type person with a tank behavior, that's an indication that they don't respect you. That's not how I rank you. That person may be one of your peers. That person could be something they call a friend. Be careful with a tank. Now, again, I know we don't have no tanks on the conference call today. I'm peace-loving people. I'll go up there and give everybody a group hug and sing Kumbaya. I can see it on your faces right now. Listen up.
That's a bit extreme, Frank.
Huh?
I think that's a bit extreme to say we go and sing Kumbaya.
Well, just hug on each other anyway. All right, next one is a sniper. Snipers, you got to watch out for those dudes. All right? Snipers identify weakness and use it against you. Let me give you an example. And how this happens. A sniper will find a person that is weak, and we call a weak person, if they can make you cry. For a sniper, that's a sign of weakness. If they make you cry, a tank says, I'm going to commit and sabotage you. I'm going to destroy you. And destroy you. And they have a unique technique. They do it in the midst of a group. They don't know one. They aim power and put you down in front of others. They make sure that they have an audience. A sniper want to make sure they got an audience. They want to get you. Okay? They want to go after you right there. Bite chasm. Roll eyes at you. They want you to look foolish. A sniper is a real behavior in the workplace, guys. Okay? Look at another characteristic of a sniper. How do you deal with that, though? You're dealing with a sniper, you bring the sniper out of hiding. You know what? Snipers always like to be hidden somewhere. But they go out and try to make you look foolish in the middle of a group. But is to bring a sniper out. Whatever type of sniper you face, you need to remember this. A sniper can't snipe you if no one around. See what I'm saying? So if a sniper begins to attack you, you want to immediately begin strategically to move yourself away from the group. You away from the group because a sniper only will attack you in the midst of a group. So if you get in a conference room or being attacked in a conference room or group, you know that person has a sniper behavior. You need the right strategy to fuse that. Let's next one. Now this was one of my favorites. Because all these folks, they're called the know-it-all person. They know-it-all behavior. What subject you bring up? You are talking about the Iraq War. They know it all. You are talking about how a funeral shall operate. They know it all. You are talking about IT. They know it all. You are talking about cooking on the cooking channel. They know it all. So, I mean, I know you run across some of these people. They know 90% of everything in the world. They know it all. They tell you what they know hours before and try to get you to sit there and listen to that stuff. And the other one is out. They have low tolerance for correction. And try to correct a know-it-all person, they get upset. They think you're talking to. I'm a walking Google. You could be in a team meeting, and talking about any subject, they speak like authority because they had their chest out. They know. Now deal with a know-it-all person. So you got a strategy when you hear the people. See, your goal here is in his or her mind to new information and ideas. See, it all begin to come up, and you talk about the Iraqi war, you want to make sure that you understand and ask them pointed, specific questions that they can answer yes or no to. They give you a specific answer. Ladies, we're talking about behavior today. Behaviors that we're talking about. We're talking about people that have these kind of behaviors, and you know how to deal with them to make you and them successful in the workplace. We're losing thousands and probably millions of dollars in the workplace because of these bad behaviors in the workplace. Spending a lot of time in the workplace, wasting our corporation's time because we got behaviors that are counterproductive to bring value in the business, drive value into the organization. There's another behavior. The they know it all. The they know it all behavior. Dutch. They're exaggerating. They brag about everything. Leading, very active, can't fool all of us, but most of us, a lot of attention. When you think they know it all, they know what they're talking about. Hey, they want you to believe is that they do know it all because they think they know it all. What they're trying to do is get attention. People that need attention publicly. You got to real on these folks. Because they can become a major distraction in a project team, organization. You got to deny them, but you got to also know what their strategy is to also deal with this. For example, when you start looking at this, your goal is to catch them in the act. I'm going to say it. Your goal is to catch them in the act and get them to give bad ideas the real hook. Now, use it in a way with a defensive. In other words, don't do this publicly. Don't do this to embarrass them. Don't do this to hurt them. This behavior that you have to handle in a very sensitive way. When something that they're bragging about, when there's something that you know is not factual, don't give them your opinion. Your opinion don't mean nothing. Test them with hard facts. They're not disputed. Hard facts. And then do that with them. You do that a couple of times with them, their behavior will begin to change, at least with you. Maybe folks, but taking the time to help them modify their behavior. You're adding value to that person's life. But be sensitive with them. Be sensitive. Let's look at the next one. You get mad, is ugly. When a great grenade behavior shows up, it's unstoppable. If it blow up in a conference room in a team meeting, everybody gets fragged. Everybody get hit. Everybody gets hurt. Then every period, what about them though, is that after a certain period of time, you let them blow up. Don't talk to them. Let them calm down. And all of a sudden, they to the earth. But how do I deal with that? How do I deal with that? To take control of the situation when the grenade loses. Don't take control while they're exploding. Let it blow. Let it out. For you to stop them, let them out. What you want to do is talk to them after they calm down, because you want to prevent. It's a preventive type measure. But to stop them or engage them in the midst of while they're exploding, get up. You take the grenade for the grenade. It's worse. Let them up, calm down, let them come back to earth. Then begin to address them about that behavior in the workplace. Do not engage them while they're exploding, because you create a worse situation than that. Look at them. These are behaviors here. Here is what Frank Payne don't like. I'm a yes person. Yes are people that you can really watch out for. I don't like yes people. I'd rather have a babe in my team. I'd rather have a tank on my team than have a yes person. Because a yes person is quick to agree. You don't. And so yes, that's a bad idea. Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Oh, we should do that. Well, you should be wrong. You don't want somebody saying yes to you because that they think you want to hear. They should deliver, but they get quick to agree. They trail a broker. They don't even keep promises. They say, yes, I'll do this, and I have it done by Friday at 4 o'clock. I'll deliver it by 4 o'clock on Friday. That project will be done. When you talk to them, the project's still not done. You talk to them, still not done. They overcommit. They keep yes to everything. How is this? How is yes people? When you get to think about it, your goal here is make sure this person make commitments they can't keep. You hold them to the fire. Now, how do you do this? You need to have them on short milestones. If it's due on Friday and you tell them on Monday, you need to have a touch point with them on Tuesday. Have another touch point with them on Thursday. Because I tell you right now, they cannot manage tasks. They lie to you. They rather commit credibility, what I call credibility insanity, than be honest and tell the truth. Okay? You got to manage these people, almost in a sense, micromanage them. You got to hear. The next one. Person. They're like a politician. You know? They say, I think we can do that. Maybe. And they start procrastinating. Well, I want a decision to be made. And they say, well, maybe we can make that deadline. Wait for the choice to present itself. Well, maybe we look at option 2. No, wait. I think option 5 is better. Okay? Maybe a person will drive you up a wall. For a drink, they want you to drink in. So be careful with these. The behavior that you got to manage, folks, in your organization, on project teams. The behaviors you got to manage. So how to manage that? How do I manage this? A person that I know a systematic method for choosing between options and making choices. You have to. Do we use option A, option B, option C, and if so, why? You get down. Because maybe you to death. So you have to give this person a strategy for decision making. Now, really bad is if you have a boss that maybe person, you give everyone and pray. It's rough. It's tough. If you got a boss that's a maybe person, then manage your boss. So again, what's your strategy? Your strategy got to be to them nail down decisions and make them feel good that it's their decision that was made, not yours, theirs. So how to manage these behaviors that we're talking about? We're talking about 10 behaviors. How to manage difficult people. These are 10 behaviors you have to mention the workforce. You have to manage these at home. So you got to deal with this. Another one. The person. Another person gives no verbal or non-verbal feedback. Okay. Does not engage in collaboration, stay on the path. Now, how can you talk to somebody in your office and they looking out the window? They just don't have a clue. The next person, well, you're on the meeting, what you want, and you try to talk to them, but they look at the artwork on your wall. They're looking out at the windows, looking at the beautiful trees outside your office. They look at birds flying by. The next person. But you get back into the real world. So here's the strategy. I want you to look at. So why nothing person tells you nothing? The goal is to pursue them to talk. You have to ask very specific questions. Again, not ones that you're going to get, yes, that'll work. No, But get anywhere with that. You almost have an essay conversation with a dialogue because you're going to waste your time working with this individual. Behavior is what you really got to help them modify and change. One thing that I believe in doing with a nothing person is them in a situation where they have to make presentations to groups. Where they make presentations to groups. Because what I want them to do is learn how to open up, the presentation, and also to respond in a QA environment. You really want to help that person change that behavior. Because the last thing you need to do is have a nothing person, behavior type person, one of your major clients being engaged. That could cause you major problems on that client contract. Let's take another behavior. The no person. The no person. See, the person is very discouraging. What drives us to despair is just kill for morale in the group. Is feed ideas with a single word. Okay? A person says no to everything you're talking about. You say, can we, you think you can make this deadline by Friday? No. Bob, you order this telecommunication equipment and the price lower than 15%? No. But see, Bob is telling me no, but not telling me no, and I know why we can't do it, Bob. Help me out here, Bob. So this is what I want you to look at. Strategy dealing with a no person. See, with a no person, you have to move them away from their fault finding, problem solving. Because see, a no person will tell you no. They don't mind believe to help you solve the problem by bringing it to closure by saying no, this won't work. You flood of negativity, and it's also going to help improve morale in your organization. You're going to move them away from that no position and get them to dialogue as the reason why they're saying no. Now, you're positive with a no person. A person in the organization can also be a positive. Because a no person can be a person, if they use it right, can use that behavior to challenge what's going on the project. Challenge what you're doing with your budget. Challenge how you run the organization. Because if you challenge you and you take it in a positive way, that means you also and the team think outside the box. So it's not all bad, but you got to manage it very carefully. Let's take another one. The Whiner. And I don't have no whiners on in here. Whiner. Whiner says, oh, do we need to do this? Just always carrying the world on their shoulders saying, oh, woe is me. I need to do this. They're helpless, overwhelmed. Oh, this is killing me. I came in the office at 6 o'clock this morning. I'm here till 9 o'clock at night. Oh, everyone else is gone home. I'm still here. When you approach the Whiner and say, what all did you get done? They say, oh, I don't know, a lot. A lot done. No, be specific, Whiner. What did you get done? Oh, I got a lot done. See, you got to be careful with the Whiner. So if somebody that's looking to say, you know, has a standard of perfection, and no one can measure up to them because they think they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. They're the best thing in the organization. They should be the king or queen of the organization. A Whiner will drive you up a wall. Will drive you up a wall. So you be careful with these Whiners. He has to know how to deal with a Whiner. Team up. Look carefully. Just to team up with a Whiner. All right? Team Whiner to form a problem-solving alliance. Okay? And if that doesn't work, your goal is to get them away as quick as possible. You don't want to sit there whining because a Whiner shows up in your office. Write it down. Get comfortable in your office. And whining without an appointment. Precious time. See, if you allow Whiner to do that, you lose control of the work you were doing, and they feel good because they think they adding value to the organization. Be careful with the Whiner. That behavior can cause you to have low productivity. Be careful with the Whiner. What if people can't stand? See, but you probably recognize that you have dates when you make they bad. So what can you do about it? We'll share with you 10 behaviors that you deal with. Once you learn these 10 behaviors and make them part of your life, your daily life, and you recognize these 10 behaviors in the workplace, you begin to gain control over your work day. You begin to gain control over your family day. Because now you can manage these behaviors. In the books that I want to share with you guys, you see on the screen, Life by Design, Making Wise Choices in a Mixed Up World. This is an excellent book right here. This year has helped me a lot as I walk through working in corporate America and serving in the military and working with clients. This is an outstanding book. If you have it, I strongly recommend that you go to Amazon.com and get it for $5, whatever it costs. All right? Because the book really helps you to establish what I call a personal plan, circle plan about how to deal with these 10 behaviors. Because you learn about these 10 behaviors, these behaviors will come and attack you. You work the office 18 hours a day. Because Whiner showed up. You got attacked by a tank. You got somebody walk by your office and threw a grenade in there and frag you. Right? And you going home all tired, and you get home that afternoon and you kicking the dog. The dog can do nothing to you. Or your cat. The cat out the window. It can do nothing to you. You know, bad day at work. Now you're going to go home and take it out on the cat or the dog. Because you can't take it on your husband and your wife, because they'll throw you out the house. So I recommend that take a chance, learn 10 behaviors, so that you can learn how to deal with it and deal with this a lot better. Now, so, what I walk you through some things here, and I want you to see that the forces that compel people to be difficult behaviors. I want you to understand the simple communication skill to conflict into cooperation. If you understand the 10 behaviors, guys, you better on people. Men are leaders. If you're a strong leader, you understand these 10 behaviors. If you're a leader, don't listen to what I just said. Go on doing before you get on this webinar. And when you're home in the afternoon all whooped and tired, you're going to want to copy this and want to hear it again. The other is you have a specific strategy. You cannot do, and you cannot emulate these behaviors. You're part of the problem. You recognize that you have to be the solution. You're the one that stands up and say, okay, I understand this person's upset. I understand they threw a grenade. I understand they're doing all the things they can to me, try to hurt me, but I'm not going to let them hurt me. I'm going to stay calm. I'll come across, and I'm going to love them anyway. I'm going to talk soft to them. I'm going to get them to calm down, and we're going to work this out. And I'm with this person now. I've been to this person. I'm going to help them modify their behavior, because I realize I cannot change the person, but I modify their behavior. See, bring out the best in people when at their worst. You become an ally. You become a friend. You become a person of value in their life. You become a person of influence. They want to follow you because you didn't act like them. You became better than them in that situation. Now you have to modify their behavior. I strongly recommend, guys, that you do this. And right now, I'm going to ask, do we have a question? Because if you don't have no question for me, I got some questions for you because I got your name on the screen. So take a moment here, and I'm going to see some questions for me. All from you.
Herman Lee.
Herman Lee, how you doing, sir?
I'm well, thanks. Hey, know it all and think they know it all. I miss those tactics to neutralize these ones.
Okay. Now, I either go back and show it to you real quick, or I can provide you with the link to the recording and the PowerPoint. Which one you want?
PowerPoint would be great.
All right. We'll provide you with the PowerPoint and link to the recording also.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
PowerPoint too.
Yeah, who said that?
Andrew Miller.
How you doing?
Hi, that's great. I would have a link to the PowerPoint.
We'll, as a matter of fact, to make it easy for everybody, we'll provide a link to the audio and the PowerPoint to everyone on the call.
Thank you.
Nelson?
Hey, Frank, this is Renee Bedford.
Hello, Renee.
How are
Yeah.
you?
What?
Question about the sniper behavior. Could you elaborate a bit more on what you mean by bringing the sniper out of hiding?
Okay. Remember when I said the sniper, how they like to attack you?
Mm-hmm.
The sniper love to attack you in a group, okay? And so the sniper will do, let's say you got 15 people in the conference room, y'all having a team meeting, that will make smart remarks like, I think that's a dumb idea. And they'll make some real sarcastic statements to you. Knowing that you probably cannot address it at that moment in time, okay? So what about bringing them out of hiding is, John, I tell you what, let me address it with you right after this meeting, okay? And that way you bring them out of hiding. I mean, now you have to deal with John one-on-one. See, John liked that. John to start remarks in the midst of the team. So when I addressed John one-on-one, I said, John, that was inappropriate. Well, I didn't mean to say it like that, but John, this is how it came across to the rest of the people in the team. So to bring them out of hiding, that's approach on a one-on-one basis.
Thanks.
All right. Any questions on this?
Frank, there's some questions that were typed into the window. So,
okay. How to engage a grenade when their boss is boss? But I'm going to address it seriously. Because let me tell you from a personal experience, right? And I'm going to tell you how I dealt with it. I was a second lieutenant in the Army at Fort Oklahoma. Boss's boss, who happened to be a full-bird colonel, was working a goddamn grenade. Okay? And our boss, and I asked permission to go talk to his boss about a concern I had. Now, fortunately, Ken Shackelford, who was my boss at the time, he said, okay, I don't agree, you should go talk to the colonel. But since you're asking permission to go do that, I'm going to let you go do it. So I got on with the colonel and began to talk to him. I said, sir, I gave him a word picture. I said, sir, what if you're out on the range and one of your own military was constantly throwing things at you, and because I'm talking to military officers, and you being fragged and blew your leg off. I see a nice thing. He said, no, Lieutenant, that's a dumb idea. And I said, that's what you doing your lieutenants in the organization. In meetings, you're throwing hand grenades on us, and we're being fragged. And I was fortunate that he didn't put me out of the military, didn't do nothing negative to me. He said, Lieutenant, I didn't realize I was doing that. See, sometimes they don't know they're doing it. Because sometimes you got to have courage, but do it with respect. Follow the chain of command, get permission. If the boss says no, then it's no. The boss says yes, and may I go with you? Or the boss says yo, but I ain't going with you. Either have courage to address it. Do professionally, and in many cases, it comes across very positive. In that case, it came across very positive when I went and talked to him.
the next question that we have, Frank, is what if the nothing person is boss?
If the person is my boss, they really need to spend some time one-on-one with my boss. I'm going to either help my boss get promoted, or I'm going to help my boss get removed. And I don't mean that from a negative standpoint. I'm doing what I can to help my boss overcome that behavior. I'm going to sit down with my boss one-on-one. I would not approach him in a group environment. I believe that any of these behaviors, whether your boss's boss, or your husband, or your wife, you sit down and communicate with them in the right tone of voice, with the right respect. I think that if they're decent people, they're going to respond in a positive way. I'm a firm believer that collaboration and communication solves many of the problems we have in this country. Workplace.
Another question, we seem to have a lot of questions on the sniper personality today. So the next question is, if the sniper doesn't like being addressed directly on a one-on-one basis, you keep them from being defensive from that point on, especially when they're your boss.
If the sniper, let me address two pieces of that. If the sniper, after I have my one-on-one session with the sniper, he or she come back and do it again, I'm going to make sure that I make sure I have one or two other team members prepared with me to address the sniper publicly. All three of us going to say, Bob, again, that's an inappropriate way to do things. Okay? If that's my peer or one of my subordinates, I'm all them out in the meeting. I pose them in the meeting. Now, I did it one-on-one first. If the sniper is my boss, I have multiple one-on-ones with my boss. If that doesn't work, I need to find another position in the company to work in. Be put through that over and over again, even a boss, because you must expose a sniper, and you must be willing to take the risk to expose a sniper regardless of his or her position in the company. Those behaviors have to be modified.
The next question is, how do you suggest I change my behavior if I recognize myself on the list?
Find accountability partner. Find accountability partner. Let me explain what I mean. Find that you really take negative feedback from, some you respect, and look, I'm told I have these kind of behaviors, and I'm held accountable. I want to change my behavior, and if you see me doing that, I want you to pull me off to the side and call me out on it. So I begin to recognize these behaviors so I can change these behaviors, because that's not who I want to be. Find accountability partner at work, and spouse be your accountability partner at home, everyone at church, whatever environment you're in, somebody that you respect, that call you out privately to correct that.
Well, the interesting follow-up question to that is, it says, what if my company's culture creates these traits? Can you change culture and instead of just dealing with people? And if so, how?
You got to change the culture. The company is the culture of the company. It takes many people and years to modify the culture of a company. Because remember, the culture is made up of every company is made up of the behavior of the people. So the culture is negative. There's a lot of negative people, and these people are probably in senior leadership positions. If it's nasty, from a culture standpoint, I would be trying to find me another company to work for or another department to work for. Because life is too short to put yourself through a lot of garbage. It's not worth that. You can't change the culture, but you have to change the behavior of the people in order to modify culture.
There's a question. So she said about the brown noser type personality, the undercut and lie to get where they want to be. Can you elaborate on that person?
Yeah, that's what I call bipolar. You know, they have more than one different negative behavior. All right, and see what you want to do with that person is that's a team approach. You need to have a team of you guys that's going to have that conversation with that person. Now, here's what's going to be interesting. Person respond that you think is a brown noser. Person response is going to be important. If that person responds, no, that's not the way I am. And two or three of y'all talking and say, oh yeah, let me give you some specific examples and times when you did it. First, I don't care what y'all think. Then what you need to do is disassociate yourself with that person. Away from that person. The person will respond positive. Spend some time to help develop that person.
Thank you. Can you talk a little more about the belief window system? We've got two questions on that. So.
The window, yes. I'm wearing a motorcycle helmet. And the shield on the motorcycle helmet, that's your belief window. That the belief window is where you have all of those past individual cultures written on. Some may have on a belief window, they don't like certain things. Some may say, I like to eat meat. All right? That could be on your belief window, but it's made on your belief window because of your religious belief. You may know on your belief window that you don't like American cars. Well, maybe on your belief window because of how you grew up. Your belief window that I don't like tall people. Well, that's on how you grew up. See, there'll be a lot of things on your belief window. What you decide is what things you want to modify on your belief window to make you a better person to live in society, in the company, and in the family that you live within. The window are things that have been ingrained in from your past. Okay? And a lot of us, as we grow up and grow older, we begin to modify things on our belief window. I've had a lot of things on my belief window that I've had to have friends and others to help me erase them off my belief window. Because, some was just bad ideas I had on my belief window. And those things on my belief window was holding me back in career, or in my marriage, or in my whatever. My wife just celebrated 3 years of marriage. I had a lot of things on my belief window. It was an ugly situation. It was my problem. Some things on my belief window was all what I was raised around my dad. Okay, I'm just gonna be transparent with you. Them things on my belief window that I brought into my marriage. Those that go. If I would not be married for 40 years. So things when I talk about the belief window, you can decide what you need to fix on your belief window and get things erased off your belief window, which are behavior changes, guys. Behavior changes. You get married for 40 years with ugly things in your behavior on your motorcycle helmet.
Hey, Frank, this is James. Can I say something? Yes. On the window, so it really applies to the topics that you're talking about. So it's very much, there's a lot, everyone on this call loves certain behaviors and hates certain behaviors. And our belief windows sometimes drive our reactions. For example, man, we don't like the people that just test or sniper us or things of that nature. And we can, in our belief window said, you know what, for those kind of people, we're just going to ignore them and not deal with it and move on. Well, we got to erase our belief window and deal with situations and connect and communicate. That's one example of the 10 things that you mentioned today.
And James, and so hopefully those comments address the belief window, because I'm telling you, that can mess you up. That can cause you from being a person that could advance in your corporation. That causes you to be an efficient employee. That causes you to be a bad husband or wife. That could be a bad father or mother or grandparent. Those things your belief window can destroy who you are. You have to really, really have an accountability partner to help you with that. That really mess you up. Why you didn't get promoted last year. Maybe to check your belief window. See, some people in the corporation may be too afraid to address you because on your belief window. Okay, they say, okay, well, let's just bypass this person. They're not the kind of person who want to be in leadership anyway. Well, I'm a good leader, but you can bad stuff on your belief window. Okay?
Frank, we do have one last question that we can squeeze in. What do you do when nothing boss does not collaborate or engage, has a minimalist attitude but wants great results by vagaries?
Again, the boss situation, I just sound like a broken record. But I tell you, in a 90% range, that if you spend some time one-on-one getting to know that person, they have a reason why they are the way they are. And if you can get to know them and them, build a relationship with them, where you're comfortable and they're comfortable with you sharing their behavior, I'm telling you, you can impact that person's behavior. I've seen guys, in some cases, whether I'm in South Africa, whether I'm in India, whether I'm in China, in the United States, I've seen people that have some of these bad behaviors. You know it. Was able, like James said, nobody came to him and told him. Nobody addressed it. Everybody was afraid that they were going to get angry. It's okay if they get angry. Let them get angry. Let them down. And then work with them. Communication and collaboration can change the behavior of many of the people that we're ignoring. That is on this webinar talking to you about this. Each of you, here, start practicing this. Help somebody. Be bold. Do it with love. Don't do it if you're already one of these behaviors. Don't do it. It'll make things worse. Okay? So now we have one last thing I want to give you. Bars have become very strong and requested. So I decided that for us to have some one-on-one private webinars with you and your company, I'm offering you an opportunity any sponsors a webinar for their team, okay, or, or for company or for their department, on a topic that you think your team need to hear about, and personally present it to them. Now, if you do that, I'm going to send it. The sponsor of that webinar, a company with your team, I'm going to provide you with an iPad, the screen right here. I'm saying that all the webinars are free. I'm never talking about what we do, what service we offer. I'll help you one-on-one with your team. I'm offering my time, my talent that I've been blessed with to your team. Your subject, we'll work together on how to put it together, and we work and present the information to your team and help you with your team. This is a way to give back to each of you. So I want to do that. Anastasia will provide you with a way to do that in the email you're going to get from the team. Or I continue to invite you to participate in these calls. But here's a way for us to help your team one-on-one in a very private situation and be very specific about what your team is going through. I'm just making this offer to you. And any comments on this webinar, any questions, but not this is open to everybody on this call. Send that to your team because we want to give back and help modify behavior, help build competencies in your team so your team can add value to the company you work for. The only reason why Frank Kane is making this offer, the agenda. So it's up to you. And I hope to see you guys on the next webinar. I got another one coming up on Thursday. And then our series starts all over in the month of April. It's always a pleasure. It is a great honor to take the time to say thank you for taking your lunchtime where you are in the world to join us. People all around the world join us on these webinars. Thank you, everybody from China, Brazil, India, wherever you are, and all you folks in the United States, too. We're not going to leave you out. But I'm saying thank you to all of you for participating. It's been great. And thank you, y'all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
For this reading session, my takeaway today was that the day begins with looking into the mirror, seeing if you can stand yourself. Very interesting pointers and genuinely getting along with people rather than just putting up with them. The post for today, I would like to ask everyone to take the automatic survey that pops up at the end of the session. As always, we will also be sending a follow-up email tomorrow with a PDO certificate and a link to this recorded webinar. Before we conclude the session, I'd like to let you know that we do have our next webinar, Why Change Doesn't Work, scheduled for March 29th PST. We will send out an invitation to all of you shortly. We are on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and would be happy to connect with you individually across our social media landscape. Thank you once again, everyone. We look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.